Pineapple leaf fiber or PALF is one of natural fiber that can be found naturally in a pineapple fruit. This fiber can be used as an alternative to synthetic fiber for reinforcement in polymeric composite that are predominantly used as structural components in lightweight applications. The problem statement that we face in our project is in this era globalization, asbestos sealing are typically not relevant in a modern life, as it is dangerous to our health.
And next is objective of study. There have three objectives, which is number one is to produce ceiling board based on the pineapple leaf fiber, and number two is to compare ceiling sample with various layer and the fiber arrangement. And number three is to determine the durability, portability, strength, and rate of absorption of the ceiling. Next is the scope of study. There are three types of ceiling with different layers and layout, and these are our type of ceiling. First, ceiling with 3 layers with scattered arrangement. Second, ceiling with 5 layers with a scattered arrangement, and last one is ceiling with 5 layers with a regular arrangement. And this is our lab test that we use for the analysis data. First one is bending test, motion content test, thermal, and the water absorption test. And next is the ceiling will be compared to know the difference of the ceiling board with the different layer and layout.
And then in expected outcome, we expected that we can produce a puff ceiling boards with standard size for use in industry. And second is friendly and high resistance to heat. And then durability of ceiling samples made of pineapple fiber against water absorptions and components against bending. Alright, in this chapter 2, we're going to learn that the pineapple leaf fiber are formed of plant fibers derived from the leaf of the pineapple plant. And then the pineapple fiber leaf has a sword-like shape, is the green at the end, and has blackish green thin with sharp brown on the edge. And the outer layer of pineapple is made up of top and bottom layers. Many bonds and or bundles of fiber exist within the layer.
Next is the manufacturing of PALF. They have two methods, which is number one is scraping method and next is the rating method. The scraping method is the machine that scrapes the pineapple leaf fiber, and the machine is made up of 3 different rollers that have a feed roller, a leaf scratching roller, and a serrated roller. And the feed roller is used to feed the leaf into the machine. After that, it removes the waxy layer from the upper layer of the leaf by scratching it, and finally the leaf reach the densely attached blade separated roller, which crush the leaf and create several breaks for the rating microbes to enter. Next is the rating of pineapple leaf method. This method is small bundle of scratched pineapple leaf are immersed in a water tank that have many chemical constituents such as pectosin, lignine, fat, and wax, and so on. After that, the fiber are mechanically separated by washing in the pond water, and extract fiber are air dried in the hanging position, and this method also produce more fiber and smaller fiber than traditional method. Next is the analysis of PALF. Alright, the increased use of biocomposite in industry has increased the possibility for reducing the waste of renewable material. PALF has a white color, is a silky smooth, and has a medium length fiber with a high tensile strength. And PALF also has a softer surface than other natural fiber. PALF also has a high specific strength and stiffness, as well as a high cellulose content. And to remove the fiber from pineapple leaf, a mechanical and rating approach is performed because the fiber content of fresh leaf range from 2% to 3%. After that, the vascular bundle system in the form of branch puff fibrous cell was obtained. Pineapple leaf fiber is the most compatible natural fiber research and has a good chemical compositions. Right, next is the physical properties of puff. Natural fiber-based composites are eco-friendly nature and unique properties. And the advantages of physical puff is being readily available, easy to handle, and it is biodegradable. And natural fiber have an excellent physical and mechanical properties, but it's very depending on the plant, such as species, geography, and other factors. And The pineapple leaf fiber, or PALF, is a one Malaysian wooden waste material that has yet to be studied, despite the fact that it's needed. And PALF also has a good elasticity. It has a high strength compared to other natural fiber.
Laboratory tests. There are several laboratory tests conducted based on product extract from pineapple fiber. These tests include strength and bending tests, moisture content tests, thermal conductivity, and water absorption tests. Strength tests and bending tests. Strength and bending tests are carried out to find out the ability of the sample to withstand the maximum content tests. Moisture content tests are conducted to find out the percentage of water content in each type of ceiling. Many moisture analysis methods are readily available for commercial use. Thermal conductivity test. Thermal conductivity is the property of a base material that is associated with the EV which thermal energy is carried out by a particular material. Water absorption test. The purpose of this test is to determine the rate of water absorption in PALF ceiling mixture.
In this chapter 3, which is methodology, we study on how we observe and test the capability of pineapple leaf fiber, which is PALF, at furniture lab at the Hakim. The moisture content, bending test, moisture content, and thermal conductivity tests are one of our tests that we're going to use on our samples. Okay, and then this is our flowchart of project, which is first we're going to topic discussion on our problem and objective of the study, and then going to the literature research, which is we get it from the internet and some of the previous research about pineapple leaf fiber, and then we go into the data and discussion, and lastly a conclusion and discussion.
That is the field of observation. This is our site. It's located at the Alor Bukit Nenas Station Plan, Jalan Kampung Melayu Raya, Pekan Nenas, Johor. That is the PALF sampling. There I have two types of pineapple leaf fiber, which is first is jospin and the second is Morris. The fiber yield percentage of the jospin type is higher than the Morris type because the larger leaf size and the easier extraction. As a good result, the jospin produces a high percentage of fiber yield when compared to Morris type. The most suitable age for choosing pineapple leaf is almost 12 months.
To extract the fiber from the pineapple leaf, there are a lot of methods that we can use, but in our project we use a manual method as it is easiest and faster way to gather fibers.
Alright, next is the ceiling sample preparation. This is the procedure for prepare the ceiling fiber, which is number one is spray the mold with the oil. Second, water is combined with lime in a ratio 1:1 until the lime is completely dissolved. And number three, apply oil to the mold box surface. And number four, layer by layer, the mixture is poured on the top. The initial layers serve solely to cover the mold surface. Number five, place the pineapple fiber lengthwise on the top of the first. On the top, the first layer, put the pineapple fiber lengthwise. Ensure that all the pineapple fiber has been used to fill the available area. And number seven, pour the second layer of the mixture over the pineapple fiber. Number eight, using a scraper or flatten the top surface. And number nine, and dry to the 30 or 50 minutes to complete the drying process. And the last one is the ceiling is taken out of the mold and let to cool for a few days. Alright, next is the construction of mold. A good mold should have good qualities such as high quality, tidy safety, high stiffness, and high strength. And then I have some procedure to make a mold box. Right. First step is cut wood for the mold box side and base. Number two, use nails to secure the wooden box sides. And number three, attach the wood to the mold box base. Number four, the base is 15 centimeter times 15 centimeter in size. And number five, to avoid concrete defects, the installation should be done carefully with no small holes.
Testing on ceiling sample. There are several laboratory tests conducted based on product extract from pineapple fiber. Listed include strength and bending test, moisture test, thermal test, and water absorption test. Strength and bending test. The strength and bending test procedure is to avoid drying of the surface. Test should be performed on 6 months after they have been removed from curing condition. Finally, calculate the average depth and height by measuring the cross-section of the test specimen at each end in the middle. Procedure of moisture content test. The procedure for testing moisture content is clean and dry the instrument container and close the weight container after placing the sample. Place the sample and put it in the oven to dry at 105 or 110 degrees Celsius with the sample and the container. Procedure of thermal conductivity test. The Bunsen burner is turned on and lead to the CD sample to be tested. Time was recorded. Time is taken and recorded when there is a change in the surface of the CD sample. Average reading were taken after all three samples for each CD type had been tested. Procedure of water absorption test. Sample test with water laboratory temperature. 3 main samples were divided into 3 sub-samples to undergo this test. The sample is weighed before the test is carried out and re-weighed at the time set, namely 24 hours. For the question chapter 3, strain and bending test, thermography test, mesocopy test, and water absorption test are all used to evaluate the physical and chemical properties of various CD types.
Okay, in this chapter 4, we are going to learn result after we test our samples in laboratory in Bagoh Elohak and also in Raziq. First is a bending test result. The bending test result we get is as a result sample ceiling 3 can accommodate higher loads while ceiling sample 1 can accommodate lower loads. This is closely related to the layers and arrangement of pineapple leaf fibers, where with the 5 layers and the usual arrangement are very good in separating the loads, and it becomes more flexible and more strength. And then the result of moisture content test, we can see that ceiling 2 have the highest moisture content percentage. This is because sample 2 has a layer causing the water content in this sample to be more than the other samples. Another reason for the occurrence of the highest water content is probably the ratio of lime is slightly more than the other samples.
For the thermal conductivity test result, the data from the thermal conductivity test show the time pineapple fiber sample 3 layer plus random arrangement was 2.60 minutes. The time required for the 5 layer plus random layer was 3.60 minutes. The time required for a 5 layer plus arranged layer was 3.80 minutes. As a result, different time for this experiment were recorded. This sample that different layer can speed up or slow down the time take to change the surface. Water absorption test. Water absorption tests were performed in the fiber ceiling with different layer and arrangement, so in water for 24 hours. According to the test result, the percentage of sample 1 after 24 hours was 6.37%, sample 2 5.24%, and sample 3% water absorption was 7.60%. In this test, sample 2 had the lowest water absorption percentage when compared to sample 1 and 2.
Alright, next, we go to the chapter 5, which is the conclusion and recommendation. Alright, this is our conclusion of our project. The pineapple fiber ceiling developed have a benefit and their own ugly qualities. The drawback of the pineapple fiber type ceiling can yet be changed and improved so that it can be produced commercially in the future. The finding of our 4 tests done revealed that the pineapple fiber ceiling generated was practically effective in meeting all the market available ceiling qualities. And then I have some specific finding from our project. Alright, what we get is the arrangement of the pineapple fiber in the fiber ceiling has a significant impact on how well the ceiling turned out. This is so that the link between the pineapple fiber in the ceiling, if the arrangement is random, will be stronger than the arrangement of pineapple fiber on a regular basis. This has been demonstrated by the result of bending test, which show that ceiling with 5 layers of fiber are better able than others. And this is our recommendation of our project. Pineapple fiber leaf are highly recommended for the further research as an ingredient in ceiling mixes. This pineapple leaf fiber has a great potential in the production of environmentally friendly products, especially in the construction field, such as the production of fiber ceiling. It serves as an additional element in the manufacture of ceiling to increase the durability of ceiling, and it is better than the asbestos ceiling. And there I have some advice to increase and improve the ceiling fiber production. The first is, in order to get the ideal combination ratio, it is important to research ratio once more when creating a good ceiling. A strong particle binding between the components will result from a good mixture. In the future, it is strongly advised to utilize finer pineapple fiber diameter to create ceiling with an even surface. And that's all from our group. Thank you.